No one is planning the Stanley Cup parade for the Edmonton Oilers right now. It's a very daunting task to get 3 in a row. But you know that Knobloch and Edmonton Oilers certainly said it's got to be about one game at a time. And certainly that is a cliche. But you've got to look at the game in 5-minute segments, maybe even 10. They said at the onset of that game they wanted to make sure that they were able to get it back to Florida. Well, guess what? That's a check mark. Now they got to drag them back to Edmonton. And you look at the body of work in that 8-1 win. I do believe that they can bring that game back to Edmonton because of the adjustments that were made. And when you look at Knobloch and what he did with this group, it's taken some time to figure the Panthers out, and that'll be the big question mark in Game 2. What I loved about it was that he did not change that third line at all. And often when you're trying to find the right mix for your top line guys, you look to change up what's working. And that third line is certainly working. And I love Janmark and Brown, in particular at the onset of that game, what they did on the PK, getting that shorthanded goal. Really, the Edmonton Oilers could have been back on their heels. Instead, they were pouncing in those first 5 minutes because of those guys in that line. When you look at Knobloch and the adjustments, I loved that he said to Leon Draisaitl, we need to give you some help. And obviously, RNH, the cerebral player that he is, he makes a difference, opening up ice, drawing coverage to him. But then you also have a guy like Holloway on that line who's got that massive frame, but he's a great skater. Now, all of a sudden, you can put a puck to an area, and you know that's the gift of Leon Draisaitl. And Holloway, with some magic mitts, was able to convert, in particular, that beauty goal, forehand, backhand, in tight. But perhaps the greatest adjustment that I saw by Knobloch was the ability to get out of zone. I mean, they had an 89% exit success rate, and there's a reason why. The adjustments that they made. The Florida Panthers are aggressive. They love to jump down the wall and pinch. Well, I found that strong side, or the same side as the puck, that winger came down a little bit lower and supported the puck carrier. Also, the weak side winger, so the other side of the ice, they blew the zone. I think that they wanted to make sure that they were playing and dictating the speed of play. And in doing that, they garnered 8 chances off of the rush, 10 odd man rushes, and a bunch of goals did come off of it. So you're looking at an Edmonton Oilers team that wants to play with speed, and they were able to do that. You saw Connor McDavid coming up the middle of the ice, looking for a bump. Now, all of a sudden, you can see that the coverage has sagged. And for the Florida Panthers, you don't want to allow them to set up in the middle of the ice and gain that great structure and the great sticks that they have. So I thought the Edmonton Oilers, with their adjustments, are going back to Florida because of it. And if they can continue that and bring it back to Edmonton, I think we'll be having a much different conversation.